What's up, everybody? This is Brad. Today, we've got a big day. We are going to announce the inaugural class for the Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. That's right. So, I put out a previous video talking about this idea for a Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. Kind of stole it off of someone else who's doing a Sports Card Hall of Fame. Been doing that for several years, and I thought it was a really cool idea. And I said, you know what? We need one of these for sports magazines. So, put out the nominees. I think I had 34, 33 or 34 initial nominees, put it up for a vote, and got some feedback. And the votes have been tallied. And today we're going to reveal our inaugural class. So we have chosen 10. There are going to be 10 magazines that are going to be initial inductees. And we will do this once each year. And each year I will add 10 more. I will add some more, nominees. I'll add probably 10 more new nominees next year to add to the ballot, and we'll just kind of go from there. So, being that this is the first ever class, we've got obviously some absolute monsters that are going in and going to be inducted here, to start our Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the 10 inductees. I'm going to share with you how the voting broke down. Only had 17 voters, but that's okay. You know what? This is new, starting off small. I appreciate all of you who took the time to give me your votes and give me your suggestions. And yeah, we'll also take a look at the ones that missed out and how the voting all landed and all of that. So let's go. All right, drum roll, please. We're going to start off with our very first inductee into the inaugural class of the Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. And how about it? This is the very first issue from Sports Illustrated. It's from 1954, and it has Eddie Mathews on the cover, Hall of Fame for the Braves. And this one received 15 out of 16 votes. It was nearly unanimous. We did not have any unanimous inductees, but this one was the closest. Sports Illustrated issue number one, obviously extremely iconic and a pretty obvious inclusion here in the inaugural class. Second sports magazine to be inducted. And this is the GOAT, Mickey Mantle, the GOAT of collectibles, at least. This is his first Sports Illustrated cover from 1956. An absolute beauty when it comes to grading magazines and collecting magazines. This is probably considered to be the holy grail. And it's just a great shot of the Mick. And this one got 14 out of 16 votes. Next up, one of the most iconic covers in Sports Illustrated history. This is from 1980. It is the Miracle on Ice cover with the United States hockey team at the Olympics after they upset the Russians. Just absolutely incredible photo here. You've got no caption on the cover, one of the few times that Sports Illustrated did that. And this one got 14 out of 16 votes. Inductee number 4, we have Cassius Clay, aka Muhammad Ali. This is his first Sports Illustrated cover from 1963. Pretty awesome image there with Big Ben in the background. This is, of course, before he ever became heavyweight champion. This was about 6 months, maybe 8 months before he knocked out Sonny Liston to win his first heavyweight title. And this one received 13 out of 16 votes. Next up, Michael Jordan. This is his first Sports Illustrated cover from 1983. He is still in college with the North Carolina Tar Heels. He is alongside teammate Sam Perkins. There's often some debate whether or not this one is more collectible or his first pro cover with the Bulls is more collectible. And I'm here to tell you right now that both of these covers are getting inducted. Both received 12 out of 16 votes. It was pretty interesting to see a handful of people voted for both, and quite a few people voted for only the North Carolina cover or only the Chicago Bulls cover, and they came out dead even with 12 votes each. And so both Michael Jordan's first cover with North Carolina and his third cover, which was his first pro cover with the Chicago Bulls, A Star is Born, are getting inducted into the inaugural class of the Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. And next up, one of my personal favorites, the Larry Bird first Sports Illustrated cover from 1977. college basketball's secret weapon, explosive Larry Bird, with the Indiana State Sycamores and 2 cheerleaders to boot. And this one got 11 out of 16 votes. Next up, from 1981, the Great Gretzky. And this is the first Sports Illustrated cover for Wayne Gretzky. This one received 7 out of 16 votes. And inductee number 9. How about this Jackie Robinson? This was the oldest magazine that was listed amongst my nominees. And this is the first non-Sports Illustrated to be inducted. This is Time Magazine, when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. It says he and the boss took a chance. Of course, that was Branch Rickey. And yeah, iconic cover here from Time Magazine. And this one received votes on 6 of the 16 ballots. And rounding out our inaugural class, this is the 10th sports magazine to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And this is Roberto Clemente. And it is his first and only Sports Illustrated cover. It is from 1967. Of course, he tragically died shortly after his after he collected his 3,000th hit while he was trying to deliver aid to disaster victims. And yeah, awesome colors, great shot of Clemente. He's kind of now an icon, a mystical hero. In part due to his early departure from this earth, but he was an absolute all-star and Hall of Fame player in his day. This one received 6 votes out of the 16 ballots. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the first issues, that the top issues that did not quite make the cut. These are going to be some of your front runners next year to be looking at to possibly in year 2 get inducted in the Sports Magazine Hall of Fame. But before we go through these, obviously you can see this, Hank Aaron. Let's do a quick recap of our 10 inductees and give them one more celebration. We've got the Roberto Clemente first Sports Illustrated cover, 1967. We have the Jackie Robinson Time Magazine cover from 1947. We've got Wayne Gretzky's first SI cover from 1981. We have Larry Bird's first SI cover from 1977. We've got Michael Jordan, A Star is Born, 1984 with the Chicago Bulls. Also got Michael Jordan's first cover with North Carolina Tar Heels. We have Muhammad Ali's first Sports Illustrated cover from 1963. We have the Miracle on Ice cover from 1980. We've got the first Mickey Mantle cover from 1956. And of course, we have SI issue number 1 with Eddie Mathews on the cover. Those are our 10 inductees. Okay, so Hank Aaron just missed out this year. He did get 4 votes of the 16 ballots. This is the iconic 7-15 issue, of course, whenever he passed Babe Ruth and became, at that time, the all-time career leader for home runs. Is from 1974. So once again, this is definitely going to be one of the front runners on the ballot for next year. Also just missing out with 4 votes was the LeBron James first Sports Illustrated cover. This was the only modern cover to really come even close, from 2002. The Chosen One, a pretty iconic cover. And yeah, this one also definitely keep an eye on for next year. So Jackie Robinson got in with his Time cover from 1947. Of course, the majority of Jackie Robinson's playing career came before the launch of Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated came out in 1954. I believe Jackie only played 1 or 2 seasons after that, so he was not on a Sports Illustrated cover until, I believe, the 90s. Didn't really have a relevant Sports Illustrated cover, but the Time cover and then this first Sport cover from 1949 are both very significant, and this one received 3 votes. From 1965, Joe Namath on the cover of Sports Illustrated. This was his first SI cover, and this was actually how Joe Namath secured the nickname Broadway Joe, which is what kind of rises this one even more so in terms of its collectability and impact, and this one also received 3 votes. Another Sports Illustrated cover that got 3 votes, and that is Pele. This was his first and only Sports Illustrated cover from 1975. This was when he came and played soccer in the U.S. with, I believe, the New York Cosmos. Another three-vote grabber, and that was Hulk Hogan on the cover of Sports Illustrated 1985. A very unique cover for Sports Illustrated. They kind of were stepping outside of their box here, but looking back now, nearly 40 years later, and absolutely great choice putting Hulk on the cover with this Matt Mania. Here we have Beckett, Beckett basketball. This one also received 3 votes, and this was issue number 1. Great choice putting Michael Jordan on the cover. Beckett was obviously hugely relevant, especially in the 90s with all of the sports cards collectors. And so just the combination of, the nostalgia with Beckett and this being issue number 1 of the basketball card magazine and then having Michael Jordan, that makes this one pretty significant. And watch out for this one next year. Now we're looking at Slam Magazine, issue number 1, Grandmama Larry Johnson. This one also received 3 votes. And, you have to wonder if Slam had ended up putting an athlete on there who had a little bit more staying power and is a little more relevant today, whether or not this issue would even be more significant. Larry Johnson was, of course, a good player. He was a number 1 draft pick. I think he made a few all-star teams, but, not a Hall of Fame level player. And so that could potentially bring this one down just a little bit. But the fact that it's issue number 1 for Slam Magazine, which is just a monster in terms of cultural relevance, still makes this magazine very significant. Another with 3 votes, and this was also Slam Magazine, and this is Allen Iverson from 1999. When you talk Slam Magazine covers and iconic Slam Magazine covers, this is oftentimes the first one that gets brought up. Allen Iverson's Soul on Ice. He's kind of playing off of the Dr. J look with the ABA basketball. Very, very cool. It's titled The Old School Issue. From 1996, Tiger pulled in 2 votes with his first SI cover. And another modern issue from 2002, Tom Brady, his first SI cover, also got 2 votes. Mickey Mantle's Time cover doesn't get as much love, definitely not compared to his first Sports Illustrated cover, even though this one preceded it by 3 years. This one did receive 1 vote out of the 16 voters. And our last magazine that garnered a single vote, and that is the 1991 Sportsman of the Year Sportsman of the Year issue with Michael Jordan. You got the hologram on the cover, which was somewhat, groundbreaking at the time and just kind of an iconic issue with Michael. So yeah, this one did get 1 vote out of 16 ballots. All right, we got a handful of magazines that did not get any votes. And this was just tough pickings. You think about it, like I said, I think we had 33 or 34 options. You could only vote for 10, and there were just absolute monsters on this list of nominees. Considering this is the inaugural class, you had to pick 10 absolutely iconic issues. So the funny thing is, most of these covers that I'm about to share that didn't receive any votes, I'm pretty confident that at some point, all of these will probably get inducted as well, but they were just no match against these top dogs. So the Wilt Chamberlain first cover here from 1961 did not receive any votes. Nor did this 1963 Time cover from Muhammad Ali. And this one actually preceded his first Sports Illustrated cover by a few months. They both came out in 1963, but that just tells you the strength of Sports Illustrated in terms of nostalgia and collectors. I mean, if you go back and look, 9 of our 10 initial inductees were Sports Illustrated. The only one that was not a Sports Illustrated was the 1947 Jackie Robinson Time magazine, and that's based off of the voters. People want the Sports Illustrated because it just has that nostalgia, and for so long, it was the number 1, just most iconic, king of the mountain in terms of sports magazines. This 1979 cover from for Magic Johnson, his first pro cover with the Lakers. This one did not receive any votes, nor did the 1986 Mike Tyson first Sports Illustrated cover. This Street and Smiths cover from 1986, prominently featuring the Air Jordans. This one did not receive any votes, nor did the 1990 Ken Griffey Jr. first Sports Illustrated cover. Here's the 1991 Sports Illustrated cover featuring the Dream Team. This one did not get any votes this time. And Kobe Bryant's appearance on the Fan magazine, the regional Philadelphia sports magazine, asking, "Is this kid really ready for the pros?" did not receive any votes. Nor did this iconic Slam magazine cover from 1996 featuring the 96 draft class with stars such as Kobe Bryant and Ray Allen. Kobe Bryant's first Sports Illustrated cover alongside Magic Johnson from 1998, no votes. And lastly, Tom Brady's arguably first Sports Illustrated cover. This, of course, was actually Sports Illustrated Presents. It was the commemorative issue that was only available at the newsstands. It did precede his first weekly Sports Illustrated cover, but this one did not receive any votes. All right, so there you have it. We've got our 10 inductees, and I have to say that was pretty fun. So 1 year from now, next summer, summer of 2025, we'll do the same thing. Like I said, I will pick 10 additional nominees to add to the ballot now that we've got 10 covers inducted. I've already gotten some suggestions from some of you about some snubs, so to speak, that should have been added. I know there were a couple people asking for the Ted Williams first cover, the Yogi Berra first cover. Had some people asking for the very first Sport magazine cover, which had Joe DiMaggio. So I have already taken note of some of your input and your feedback. Would love to get more suggestions. Of course, I'll ask for those again come next summer whenever I prepare for the second year of balloting. But for now, we have got our inaugural class. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to, maybe put these up on a website or, get some sort of database going where people can go in and look at these and look at some of the information about the covers, maybe even look at the pop counts of, what's been graded. And yeah, this was just a lot of fun. I think that I think the voting came out pretty well. I would agree with the picks. I think that the 10 that were selected make a lot of sense, and it's a pretty cool start to something that hopefully I'll be able to do for many years, and we can continue to grow this sports magazine Hall of Fame, and eventually, once it's been going for a handful of years, I think it'll be a great resource for new people coming into the hobby so they can quickly take a look and see and learn and educate themselves and discover, wow, these are some of the top covers out there that are most collectible and most desirable and have the most significance and have the most impact, both on the hobby now and on the history of sports magazines. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to this channel. I appreciate likes and comments. I would love to hear your feedback about this inaugural class. Let me know what you think. And until the next video, we'll see you next time.